Welcome to Retirement Talk, the show that gives you wealth strategies that actually work. I'm Dan Benson here with John Maxon, and today we're going to talk about 3 steps small business owners should take in order to be able to retire. And a lot of times we find that people become really good at their job and they know how to make money and they're good at running the company, but very few people that I know of that are small business owners know how to plan very well for their own retirement. In fact, most of them don't do any kind of planning as it relates to retirement, and they wait until the last minute. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And even if you're exceptional at the job that you do, if you are good, and if you're not, I guess it works both ways, you want to make sure that you plan ahead, give yourself time to prepare, and make sure that you're in the position that you want to be in, no matter how long you end up choosing to work. The goal is to get to a point in time in your life that you can choose to not have to work any longer, right? That's what we're all working for. I want to work to the point that I don't have to. And if I wake up the next day and I love what I do and want to continue to work, John, then I continue to do that. But I want to put myself in that position to be able to have that luxury. And it starts by being able to plan ahead. So we've got 3 different steps that you need to take in order to make sure as a small business owner that you're prepared for your retirement. Number 1 is to create a retirement roadmap. That's defining what ideal retirement looks like for you.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, there's some unique challenges to a business owner. You know, as business owners, we can certainly relate to this, but it's really important because your retirement future is going to look a lot different than the person who works for a company 20 years, they have a 401k, they put money away, and you may have a 401k. You know, we have a 401k, I participate in that, but as a business owner, there's some challenges that you are going to have to really plan for, which makes your roadmap unique and different to someone that is out there that is just saving in your general 401k. So you should hire a financial advisor to determine gaps in your strategies. You know, we've worked with countless business owners, and one of the things that we talk up to them about are some of these unique challenges that they have. And quite frankly, it's not just challenges, it's opportunities. And one of the funnest things for me about building a roadmap for a business owner is in many cases you're dealing with smart, really successful professional people that have, you know, they've lived the American dream, right? They've taken opportunity, they've built amazing businesses, a lot of times from a garage or something like that. I'm always really curious to hear people's stories, and they in many cases don't understand or don't really recognize the tremendous opportunities they have as they go throughout retirement. So creating that roadmap, super important. The sooner you get started on that, the better, because ultimately what that roadmap is going to lead to, Dan, is the second point, and that is having a really good exit strategy.
Yeah, and taking the amount of time that it requires, right, to create that roadmap, to then have the exit strategies. And I hear all the time people say, well, I'm too busy, I'm a business owner, I work 60 hours a week. You work 60 hours a week or 40 or 80, you can't afford to not spend the time. And I remember early on in our business, John, we met with a consultant who came in and we were trying to, be held accountable, make sure we were doing all the things we needed to do. One of the things they told us was you need to spend less time in your business. And I remember the conversation after this guy left the office. We're like, this guy's a wacko, right?
He's nuts.
He's lost his mind. Like, if we're not spending time meeting with clients, we're not going to be able to provide the revenue and to make the income we want. And we took his advice and spent more time on our business than just in our business. And the very next year, we doubled the amount of business we brought in, spending less time with people, more time in our business. So it's not just spending time on your product. Make sure you're spending time on your business so that you have a track. And then the exit strategy, as you said, studies show that 50% of business owners plan to leave their business in the next decade, and fewer than 30% have a succession plan, right? So 50% want to leave, less than 30%, that's a problem. Have a plan for it. You need to be able to identify what is your ideal exit strategy. Do you want to sell your business, pass it on to the next generation, find a successor to build up inside the business? You need to be able to identify that with somebody who's a professional. I would say in order to do these things, you need to go out and hire a business coach or a consultant. If you don't have a coach or a consultant that's overseeing and holding you accountable, you're not going to do any of these things. So make sure you do that. Determine the real value of your business. There are CPA firms, qualified professionals, that will give you a clear valuation of the company along with what some of the multiples are that's selling in the industry, like whether it's manufacturing or financial or a lawn care business, whatever it is.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, this is something where sometimes it's a big surprise, pleasant, and sometimes it's not a so pleasant surprise. And so, when you've built a business, you're a little bit biased, right? And kind of been your baby your entire life. And so you really need to hire an outside firm that could come in and evaluate your company. Somebody who actually has worked with businesses like yours to partner to sell them, whether it's to private equity or to another like-minded business in town. You've got all kinds of other professionals. If you're going to pass that down through the generations of your family, then you're going to have to look at tax complications potentially with that. And that's not to say that that's bad. It's just to say those are things that you're going to have to deal with. And so leaving that to the next generation, if you had an unfortunate or a tragic death or you waited to the last minute to do that, actually really hampers your business down the road. So making sure you have a solid exit strategy, creating this retirement roadmap, and really to do that, you've got to hire support. And that's not just something we say conveniently because, we help business owners every day, but you need to have professional support. So you need to hire a tax professional to look at the tax aspects of a business transaction, an attorney, because there will be legal aspects of that, and a financial professional that can talk to you about the working capital of your business. That just makes sense. If you're going to get tax advice, I can tell you in our company, we get tax advice all the time. I have a tax professional who is also a tax attorney. I'm going to get tax advice from a tax professional. I have an attorney that comes in and talks about the legal aspects of our company. So that's not a bad thing. That's planning for the future. And the way, Dan, I would tell people to look at that is, you've made this lifelong investment building the amazing business that you have. Make an investment in how you transition that.
Well, that's right. And you want all these people working together, right? That's the key. Yep. So that you are going to be busy. It's going to be hard for you to be that middleman for every single one of these. And that's why here at our financial firm that we run, Beacon Capital Management, we have all of those pieces under one roof for a lot of the small business owners we work with. You have financial planners, income retirement planners, tax planners, health insurance specialists, and also estate planning and attorneys there right on staff. So, I think it's important that you find those professionals, but make it easy on yourself. Find a company that allows you to have all of those people all working together with synergy to meet your goals and what your unique business may require for support. So I think that's critical. If you want to work with us, it's beaconcm.com. You can look up the website, look at our firm, what we offer for small business owners. But if you want more information just on retiring as a small business owner, we have a lot of resources for that as well. You can download our free guide at retirementtalk.com, and we'll put a link down there in the description of the show as well. So really important items to make sure you have covered: create the roadmap, have an exit strategy, hire professionals, make sure that they all work together, and to put yourself in the best position for your retirement. Well, thanks for watching the show. You can subscribe to get more of our latest episodes, or you can go to retirementtalk.com for more information.